Start.
Good morning students. Today I will teach you about the transportation. Transportation occurs in our body. What do you mean by transportation? The movement of material from one part of the body to another part is called transportation. Transportation occurs in our body. During transportation, different types of gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide, are carried from one place to other place. The waste material, the hormones, different types of nutrients are also carried from one part of our body to other part. In other words, we can say that it is transported from the place where it is originate and to the place where it is utilized or eliminated from our body. Transportation. In our body, there is circulatory system. Through the circulatory system, the materials are transported in our body. Human circulatory system consists of tubes, pumping heart and circulating fluid. There are two types of tubes are found in our body. The first is arteries and second is vein. Artery carry the oxygenated blood from one part of our body to other parts, while vein carry the deoxygenated blood. Arteries are deep-seated in our body. The wall of the artery is very thin and elastic. There is no valve in between the inside the arteries. In vein, the blood flows slowly. There is valve in the vein which prevent the backflow of the blood in vein. In arteries, the blood flow is jerk, and so there is no valve in the arteries. This is the difference between the arteries and vein. The second point is pumping heart. In our body, slightly on the left side of the body, there is a heart that is conical in shape. The size of the heart is just like our fist. That is 12 cm in length, 9 cm in breadth. This is the figure of the heart. You can see here the figure of human heart. The human heart is conical in shape. The pointed part is in the downward, while the broader base is in the upward direction. Human heart has 4 chambers. You can see the 4 chambers of the human heart. The first is upper 2 chambers are called atrium or auricle. This is the right auricle. It is right, left auricle. This one is right ventricle. This one is left ventricle. Thus we can say that there are 2 chambers, upper chambers are auricle and 2 lower chambers are called ventricles, which are completely partitioned with the septum. Between the 2 auricles there is a septum that is called auricular septum. Between the 2 ventricles there are also a valve that is called ventricular septum. The blood from different parts of the body, deoxygenated blood from the different parts of the body is carried first in the right auricle by the vena cava. There is superior vena cava and there is inferior vena cava. The superior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body, while the inferior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood from the lower and the middle part of the body. Coronary sinuses also brings the deoxygenated blood from the wall of the heart into the right auricle. It means deoxygenated blood is brought in the right auricle by the superior and the inferior vena cava, and the coronary sinuses brings the deoxygenated blood. The coming of blood in the auricle is called diastole. Diastole means the expansion of the auricles. At the same time, there are pulmonary vein which brings the oxygenated blood into the left auricle. When the 2 auricles get filled with the blood, then the auricle undergo systole. Systole means they go under contraction. When the auricle contract, they undergo systole. The blood from the respective auricle enters into their respective ventricle. From the left ventricle, blood enters into, from the left auricle, blood enters into left ventricle, and from the right auricle, blood enters into right ventricle by opening the valve. there is a valve between the left auricle and left ventricle that is called bicuspid valve. There is also a valve between the right auricle and right ventricle that is called tricuspid valve. By opening the valve, blood enters into their respective ventricles. This position is called the diastole condition of the ventricles. Now the ventricles is in diastole position. Now the ventricles undergo contraction, that is called systole. When the ventricles contract or undergo systole, from the left ventricle, blood enters into aorta. Blood enters into aorta by opening a valve. This valve is called semilunar aortic valve. The valve is called semilunar aortic valve. By opening this valve, the ventricle pushes their blood into the aorta. Aorta is the largest artery of the body, through which the oxygenated blood enters throughout the body. Now, the deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle get pushes into the pulmonary artery. This is called pulmonary artery. You can see that the pulmonary artery are divided into two branches. Each branch of the pulmonary artery enters into the two lungs. The deoxygenated blood now enters into the lungs, where it gets transformed into the oxygenated blood. In this way, the heart pumps the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood by contraction of the ventricles. And when the blood enters into lungs, they get converted to oxygenated. Now again, the oxygenated blood is carried by the pulmonary vein and enters into the left auricle. In this way, the blood circulates in the heart. The heart acts as a pumping organ which forcefully pumps the blood throughout the body. In this way, our heart functions. The location of the heart in our body is in thoracic cavity between the two lungs. The heart is situated in our body between the two lungs in the thoracic cavity. The heart is surrounded by a fluid-filled narrow sac-like structure that is called pericardium. Pericardium protects the heart from shock. It also protects it from any type of injury. In this way, the heart functions in our body. In this way, we can say that how the heart functions in human body.